Rosa off the 101 Fountain Grove Parkway exit. Call 707-578-6101. That's 707-578-6101 or visit fountaingrovinn.com. You're in tune with the PM Show Weekend Edition on CRN Digital Talk Radio with the one and only Mr. Fred Dryer.
Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. We are talking about Daniel Hannan, member of European Parliament, author and journalist, talking about his speech, his unique, special speech that he gave over the weekend at CPAC. Here he is talking about why is our form of government unique.
To see how unique that is, to see how the US polity is set apart from others, compare it with the alternatives. The European Union's equivalent of your Declaration of Independence is called the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms, where your Declaration of Independence promises life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. The EU's equivalence guarantees our right to strike action, affordable housing, and free healthcare.
Oh, jeez. Whoa.
Here's what we were talking about. I think you and I were talking about it over at your house at your birthday party. And remember the cigar I had?
Yeah, it's the cigar. It was about halfway through that cigar.
It was really great. But we were talking about the difference between rights that everybody has under the Constitution.
Right.
Right now, the rights that you have, the Bill of Rights that you have, versus privileges. Europe has privileges given to them. We have rights given to us inalienably by God through the Constitution and our forefathers.
That's right.
We do not have to ask permission if we can pursue our dreams.
That's right.
But this president right now is poised to take away your rights under the Constitution and hand you privileges. And you're going to go to bed every night realizing that Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid and all of these criminals against America are now conjuring up things to take away from you and to grant you, just like a king would.
Just like a king, just like a royal family. You're right. You're privileged,
and that is the subtext
of what this guy's talking about.
Of what Daniel Hannan is talking about, and he's got one of our other sound bites coming up. It really is very, very, very chilling, and it's a warning to America. You know.
But here's the thing, my friends: the freedoms that you enjoy, the way in which this country holds its rulers to account, the mechanisms that serve to keep the government under control, and to remind your politicians that they are representatives and not rulers, they all go back to this document. Because your country was founded in a popular insurrection against a remote government, a certain DNA was encoded at that moment of conception, and it's still with us today. And the unique properties of American democracy, the term limits, the open primaries, the balanced budget rules, states' rights, the diffusion of power, the direct election of every public officer from the school board to the sheriff, all of those things are a working out of that Jeffersonian ideal that decisions should be taken as closely as possible to the people. The tragedy of the European Union is that it was founded in the opposite imperative. Line 1 of Article 1 of the Treaty of Rome commits us to ever closer union. And from that basic categorical mistake come all of the tragedies that we see today, where our treasuries are empty, our credit is exhausted, our people discontented, our governments remote and discredited. Now, I'm sure you can guess which way this argument is moving. If you repeat our mistakes, if you shift power from the 50 states to Washington, from the elected representative to the federal czar, from the citizen to the state, we know exactly what lies in store for you. I've been a member of the European Parliament for 12 years. I am living in your future, or at least the future towards which your present leaders seem intent on taking you. And believe me, my friends, you are not going to enjoy it.
I don't know if people really believe that, but they've got to start listening to these guys and realizing that's exactly what is happening. The class warfare, the fact of taxing the rich. Hey, what do I care if the rich guy gets taxed and I don't have to get taxed? But it should be a fair share. We're all reaping the benefits of that taxation. So flat tax across the board. If I'm not making as much as the rich guy, obviously that rich guy is going to be paying more. But we're all paying. We're all investing in our country. And we've got this warfare going on between the rich and the poor and the middle class and the rich and the poor. And it's just stupid. And I think people have to realize exactly what is being said right there is the basic part of this country is this is where we came from, and that is our foundation. If we just start chopping up the foundation, we're screwed.
Well, not only that not only is that true, Mike, but my question is, why doesn't Mitt, Rick, Newt, Paul talk like this? Why don't they talk to the American people this way? Romney is sitting around here for the last year trying to get the base to follow him to give more than 25%.
They're scared. They think if they talk that way, they're going to lose the liberal vote. And I say there were Reagan Democrats. I think Americans are not stupid. If you start talking this way, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, you're going to go with what makes the most sense to you. And I think that's the key. Well, you got to start speaking sense.
It's really autobiographical of how the left of center Republican Party has degenerated into being able to talk truthfully to the American people and to lead. There is not one leader. I'm talking about these four guys. There's not one leader in the Republican side of the fence. If this was you saw what Barack Obama did here just like 3 years ago. You saw the swell of how he defined the enemy, how he defined the Constitution and the people in America. He went right at it, and he co-opted the news services, lied to you, and made white people feel guilty about racism. And he's in the process of overtaking the country. And what does that mean? Stripping away your God-granted rights and giving you government privileges.